Well, good evening and welcome to Hanwell Town Football Club for this London FA Senior Cup final. All the way on Monday 14th of September. This competition started a very long time ago. But we have the teams out here tonight. It's Brentford B versus Hendon. And as they read out the teams in the background, I will read out the teams to you. We'll start with the away side, designated away side, Hendon. We've got Jonathan North in goal, Simeon Ollerin, Lucas Perry, Kieran Forbes, Tommy Brewer is the captain tonight, Eddie Osmodi, Sean Luzerne, Solomon Sambou, Dwayne James, Sam Corcoran and Samara Gebrai. And the subs, Joe Howe, Luca Allinson and Jaden Clarke, just three on the bench tonight for Hendon, who find themselves in sky blue tonight. And for Brentford B, we have Ellery Balcombe in goal, Finn Stevens, Lewis Gordon, Kane O'Connor captains the side tonight, Orbrel Koutsimouka, Joe Adams, Frederick Hammar, Aaron Pressley, Julian Carre and the Trialists are in the main squad. And then we also complete the midfield with Paris Maghoma on the bench for Brentford B, Simon Andersson, two Trialists, Ben Hockenhull and Tristan Crama. Quite a big crowd in here tonight. All doing the best to observe social distancing guidelines. As you see the Stephen is lonely, Aaron Reid is also here to cheer on his teammates tonight. So of course Brentford B defeated in the final of this competition last season. Lost 1-0 to Welling United. That was at Wingate in Finchley's home. But tonight a chance to make sure the second final of this competition goes with them home with the trophy. So Aaron Pressley will get us started. Scored a few goals when Brentford B went to the semi-final of this competition. Also scored in the Middlesex FA Cup competition, which has been suspended for now. That's in the back of our minds now. This is the cup final, London FA Senior Cup trophy. And we get underway with Brentford B in their red and white stripes this season. And Orbrel Koutsimouka gives it to Julian Carre. Go to Finn Stevens, the right back. Now Carre finds Maghoma. Now Koutsimouka finds Lewis Gordon. Quick 1-2 with the Trialist, gets it back towards Koutsimouka and all the way back to Balcombe there. The England Youth International goalkeeper in goal tonight, with Patrick Andersson out on loan and Nathan Shepherd injured. His deputy Simon Andersson will step in if anything goes wrong, but here come Hendon to the middle of the pitch. That was a heavy touch there and Maghoma does really well to take it away from him. All the way back to Sambou now. Hendon building something here on the left hand side, although that was a heavy touch as well. Finn Stevens will leave it for Maghoma to clear long. But Hendon get it back and now they're back inside their own half. All the way across with Lucas Perry. And this is Brewer with the long ball forward. And Stevens wins the header. Come across toward Forbes, who tries to get it back to his man, but then is in the end put his teammates in trouble. Joe Adams to take it quickly and Carre to get it across the field. This is Maghoma. He's got Gordon on the outside of him and he'll find him, the left back. Simple for Maghoma, who misses the pass though. It's a bobbly ball there and actually it'll be Dwayne James who brings it forward and the referee's given a foul against Koutsimouka there. So Brentford B being their own undoing. Don't want to put unnecessary pressure on themselves. The last time they appeared in this final, Welling scored an early goal and just put their backs to the wall for 90 minutes. It was hard to break them down. Brentford B are going to try and outdo that. This is Sean Lucian now over the ball, and to be honest, it looks like he's got eyes to shoot this. A lot of noise from the crowd at the Power Day Stadium trying to put him off. A lot of Brentford fans in here tonight. Here we go. It's going to be Lucian to shoot this. Low. Nice and easy for Ellery Balcombe, that. Balcombe played in a first-team pre-season friendly against Oxford. Also was on the bench at the weekend. And the first team played Birmingham City away. And this is Stevens. Good ball there to Joe Adams, who can carry the ball inside. And now Maghoma again. Nothing silly this time, nice and simple back to Koutsimouka. Adams gets it back in the middle of the field. This is Kane O'Connor. That's a good ball over the top from Carre to the Trialist. It's nodded away. That by Simeon Olarin. Gordon takes a quick throw to Freddie Hammar. Carre again. Just turns away and drives forward here, Carre. That ball isn't going to get through to Hammar. He's done well there, Freddie Hammar. He put Sam Corcoran under a lot of pressure. And now Brentford B have the ball back. This is Gordon. Hammar. Now Maghoma. Maghoma put under pressure by Forbes, who's now out of position, and Maghoma can take advantage of that space. Left towards Gordon. He's got Hammar ahead of him. He's tried the ball through towards the Trialist. And there's Hammar. Almost lost the ball, but he's carried it here on the left-hand side. Hammar all the way across towards Julian Carre. He might eye up a shot here. He will. Carre goes for goal. It's spun in the air, but it's a good save in the end by Jonathan North. Had to watch that very carefully. Jonathan North, formerly of the Watford FC Academy, had some time at Wealdstone. Wealdstone, of course, Brentford B used to them. They played them in a few competitions. And he'll clear it long here, the veteran goalkeeper. Kane Collinger challenges in the air. And now Maghoma wins it. And then Carre does very well to head that back towards Gordon, who touches it to Hammar. And Hammar tries to get it away from Pressley and will carry on the ball forward. Just slightly behind him there, but Adams will carry it on. Joe Adams will play things nice and simply there. And now Hammar to O'Connor, all the way across to Paris Maghoma. First team assistant coach Kevin O'Connor is watching tonight. He's down here among the crowd, along with goalkeeper coach Manu Sotello, keeping an eye on the Brentford B squad. Saw plenty of debuts last season as Lewis Gordon gets into the box here. Can he turn it with his right foot? He's not going to shoot. He will in the end. It's a good move, but you could tell Gordon wanted to get that onto his left foot instead of his right, and maybe even find Aaron Pressley. In the end, he was forced to just take it on himself, and it was wild and lashed wide. So a bright start from Brentford B. Current holders of the Middlesex FA Senior Cup beat Harrow Borough 4-0 at Griffin Park. Those days long in the past now, trying to get their hands on another piece of silverware. This will be the third trophy they won after the Kaitor Cup in 2017. In the Middlesex Senior, so this will be their second domestic cup. The last time they had a hold of both of these trophies was in the 1800s, so it's not exactly an easy task. As Aaron Pressley puts under pressure here. North will clear this long if he's clever, and in the end it's not what he wanted, but it's high in the air. Lewis Gordon does well to head that away. Referee's note is George Warren, keeping an eye on things in the middle. Also got James Hurst and Jordan Whitworth as the assistants. They've refereed in this cup competition before this season, but it's their first final as a team. So far, keeping things down this left-hand side. This is Lewis Gordon. And Freddie Hammar tries to keep hold of it. It's taken away by Forbes, and Forbes has a chance here to try and get it towards James. James picks it up. He's got many to the side. He might go for goal here. He slipped it through instead. And we're on the left-hand side. Can't really get the shot away. He will shoot in the end. And actually James is there, but that's easy for Balcombe. And Balcombe gets us going quickly. Here's the Trialist on the left-hand side. This same Trialist scored 2 goals in the semi-final of this competition. And there'll be an offside flag there against Forbes. Much to the chagrin of Gebrai on the left-hand side here, or the right-hand side. Balcombe takes it early, and we've got Maghoma here. Paris Maghoma, formerly of Tottenham Hotspur, of course, went on the first team training camp this season. You'd like to think he's pretty close to his first team berth, but there's a lot of B team players who would tell you the same. Joe Adams and Kane O'Connor have been here a while, they'll tell you that as well. And this is Koutsimouka. And tied to his fellow Frenchman, Julien Carre. That's a ball over the top towards Gordon. In the end, Gebrai does really well. Throw in from Gordon. This is Maghoma. Koutsimouka at the back. Just taking their time here, Brentford B. That's a good ball from Maghoma though, and Hammar gets it off Pressley but can't quite take it into his stride. Carre wins that header. There's a bit of pushing and shoving in the middle, but Koutsimouka will take control of this very nicely indeed, and here's Adams. In the end, just can't get it off that number 10, Sam Corcoran. This is Sambou. Sambou again, and that's good football. To the right back, Ollerin. And Ollerin takes it. Well, he can't get it past the Brentford B trialist there, but they've gone for a long ball. Linesman's got his flag down here. This is Lewis Gordon trying to see it out. He's got a nice little ball there, and it will play around the back as Koutsimouka hits it long. It was a good decision, but Hammar couldn't quite get hold of it. The sandbox ball is not great. Here come Brentford B on the break. Hendon have a lot of people back there. This is going to be a tough one. It's not an easy chance. And in the end, it isn't an easy run there from Joe Adams, who gives the ball away quite easily. Julien Carre filling in at right back now. And in the end, takes the ball off him fantastically, the young Frenchman, and plays it very calmly back to his teammates. Head coach Neil McFarlane pleased with that, as is assistant coach Sam Saunders. First time for this coaching pair in a final. Here comes Joe Adams. Paris Maghoma. Maghoma's got Carre in the middle, chooses not to use him, instead finds a trialist. Joe Adams wants that run, and he's going to try and get there before the right back, and in the end it's a fantastic challenge for the number 6, Eddie Osmodi. And Lewis Gordon will keep looking for this throw in here. He's found the trialist, who doesn't get there in time, and it's taken away by Sambou. Gordon and Hammar end up winning that ball back though. Gordon again on this left-hand side, saying that a lot this half. Seems to be involved in a lot of the play. Kane O'Connor, captain's armband. All the way across towards Finn Stevens. Here's Joe Adams. Time and space for him now. He's got time to find Finn Stevens, who just about almost gets that back to him. And actually, Joe Adams just couldn't get it away from him, but he's got it now. And here comes Adams. He's got support from Pressley. Adams in towards the box. It's blocked on the edge of the area by the captain, Tommy Brewer. And there's a mix-up there between O'Connor and Koutsimouka, and here comes number 9. It's Dwayne James on the run, but it'll go all the way back to Balcombe. And Ellery nice and calmly away towards Freddie Hammar, and he takes that nicely on his right-hand side. Carre with a wonderful ball towards Lewis Gordon. Takes it down. And there's the trialist here. Lewis has made the in run, and actually the trialist takes his time. Pressley showing for him, but they'll carry on here, and it's gone all the way out to the right-hand side with Joe Adams. 2v1 as Finn Stevens takes it on. Stevens with the shot, and it's easy enough for Jonathan North. Really good football there. Really good football. Aaron Pressley just creating the space, and then Finn Stevens making sure he got into the ball. Probably the third chance Brentford B have had, but no goal so far. We've played just over 12 minutes. It's still 0-0 in this Senior Cup final. This is Lewis Gordon. Gordon plays it all the way across towards the trialist here. Just bouncing it between each other at the moment. This is Koutsimouka. He's got Carre here, who wanted the ball, the number 10. He's going to take his time and go back to Balcombe. That's an easy pass towards Koutsimouka. Aaron Pressley wanted that forward. He made the run, but here comes Joe Adams anyway. Adams through the middle. He's got 3 for company, but actually bursts away from them. And Adams finds his way towards Finn Stevens on this right hand side. 3 in the box. And in the end, it's a fantastic challenge by the left back. Arguing here that could have been a goal kick. It bounced around, but Brentford B will take it. So here we go. First corner kick for Brentford B. What can they make of it? They've got big names in there, they've got some big heads. Aaron Pressley, Maghoma's quite tall. Koutsimouka and O'Connor both up from the back.
On the 11! On the 11! On the corner, there we go!
2 people over in that corner. It's going to be swung in by the looks of things. 2 arms up in the air, ball into the box. Long and high, and Pressley's at the far post, and he heads it down, and it might have just come off the defender. It has. In the end, I think that was Ollerin who blocked it on the line. May have been Forbes. So many bodies in there at the moment. Here we go, second corner in a row. Almost found a way through there. Pressley had a lot of time at the far post. Will they try the same thing? Lewis Gordon is there, but it's swung in by the trialist. He has gone to the far post. It's going to be a little bit too far. And in the end, it'll be a throw-in right in that corner of the ground.
I'll do you, Alex!
Quarter of an hour gone. It's 0-0 between Brentford B and Hendon here at Hammar Town Football Club, the Power Day Stadium. Flicked over the top. It's a good header on, but it's going to come to a Brentford player. And Maghoma, he takes his time. Lewis Gordon. Now the trialist. Through to Gordon. Across to Maghoma. Carre now. Brought down in the end by Sambou. But the ball is played quickly, and here comes Finn Stevens on the right side. Good ball into the middle. Can Pressley get there at the far post? He's just going to miss him, but he'll keep it in, you know. No. Just go out instead, but it's a wonderful bit of football from Brentford B. Finn Stevens spotting the early run. Pressley just didn't react in time, but another good chance for the Bees. And appreciated by his manager, Neil McFarlane.
Second ball! Alex, that'll do you there, buddy.
So Jonathan North will go long here. Wasn't quite flicked on, but they won their header there, Hendon. Shouting in the middle. There's 2 players here. It's been flicked on, but that'll roll easily for Balcombe to collect. And he finds Carre quite nicely. And Carre can't quite do that ball, but here's Koutsimouka. He's got Maghoma. Maghoma's got options on the far side. He's going to play it nice and neatly towards Carre, who tries a trick, but will just get taken out there by the number 8 Sambou. And that's a great ball through. And here comes Sean Lucien. He's got players in the middle here, Lucien. He's got James in there. Lucien shoots. It's a good block by Kane O'Connor in the end. A lapse defending there from Brentford. All started with Carre's mistake, but Kane O'Connor did very well to recover there, the captain. Much to the delight of the Brentford fans based behind that goal. There's a few of them in the Ray Duffy stand. Tickets sold out for this final tonight. And still fans arriving now. The traffic around the ground is quite heavy this evening, so not surprised by that, as the referee is asking for another ball. As we approach 20 minutes in this game, it's still 0-0, Hendon and Brentford B. So here we go. Well, the referee is going to check this football here. In fact, it is just a bit too soft for his liking. Sam Saunders has chosen the one he wants. Over towards Carre, and we can finally get our corner underway. It's going to be Sean Lucian with the ball in. He's had plenty of time to think about his options. Can he get this delivery right? Can Hendon take the lead here? You'd have to say against the run of play. Referee's finally rejoined us. Not sure where he went. But here we go. Ball into the box, and it's good as well. It's in right to the middle, and Ellery does well to punch that clear. Balcombe really commanding there, and Julian Carre gets the ball away. Joe Adams is the one chasing the ball down. Freddie Hammer's here with him as well. Two Brentford B players closing down Jonathan North, who's forced to play a fantastic ball, but in the end the offside flag is up. The right idea from the Hendon goalkeeper. He spotted that run, but just couldn't get themselves back on time. As Dwayne James chases down O'Connor and Koutsimouka. This is Stevens. Ball right across the field of play, and there's the trialist with a little header towards Freddie Hammar. And Hammar tries to play that towards Finn Stevens. Looked like it may have flicked off his arm, but they'll play on here. Here's Aaron Pressley. Adams back to Pressley. He'll get a 1-2 with that ball. And here's Joe Adams into the box, and Jonathan North just manages to hold on to it. Not sure if that was going to bounce out, but he held on well, the goalkeeper. That's how dangerous Brentford B can actually play football, from back to front in a matter of seconds. A little bit of pressure, but
second ball's ready, Julian, to get us a 3. Let's go, second ball's stop. DJ, second centre off, DJ.
Here's Balcombe at the back. He'll start things again. Here comes Koutsimouka. Brentford B quite used to this ground, played here in a few cup competitions before. The Power Day Stadium. Won a penalty shootout here when Patrick Gunnarsson was in goal. Played with Nathan Shepherd in as well. Here's Koutsimouka now. Nicely played through to Julian Carre, through the legs of his opponent. Here's Carre. Gordon. Not much space, they'll have to restart it. Balcombe does well to just fizz that towards Finn Stevens, who in the end does well enough to keep that on the field. It's Jonathan North, the goalkeeper. Pressley will close him down, doesn't quite get there in time. It's a long ball forward. Gordon's going to have to watch this towards Balcombe surely, and does very successfully. Of course, with Ellery Balcombe here at the back, nicely played out towards Gordon. Very calm under pressure there, Ellery Balcombe. Currently the club's second choice goalkeeper, with David Rea out injured for a week or so. Certainly be happy to get minutes here tonight in this final. We'll play 21 of them, and it's 0-0 between Hendon and Brentford B. This is Gordon. There's Pressley. The trialist has to do well to keep that in, and does. Here's Carre. A lot of runs forward, and that's a fantastic ball towards Maghoma. It's cut out very, very carefully by Lucas Perry there. And here comes Sambou, away from Hammar, but won't be good enough to get away from Stevens. Plays a neat ball inside. In the end, they've got out of that space between three Brentford B players, and it's almost Lucian who gets forward, but it'll be Fred Hammar that brings it away. Here comes the trialist. Presley wants it long. Joe Adams, the one who takes it on the right-hand side. This is Adams. He's got people around him. Adams pokes it forward towards Hammar. It's a good ball neatly through towards the trialist, and it's going to be taken away by the defender and then the goalkeeper. And Maghoma will take this very carefully inside the opposition half. Just feel the momentum is building here for Brentford B. Not had 25 minutes here. It's 0-0 goalless, but we've seen 4 or 5 good chances for the Bees. Maghoma holds his arm out, unhappy with the lack of chances in front of him, and again has to go back towards Koutsimouka. Might be a tactic. Neil McFarlane, his head coach, doesn't like it, but here we go with the trialist, and nip through towards Aaron Pressley, just taken away from there by Perry. And we'll have a third corner for the Bees. Came very close with the first one from a header with Aaron Pressley. Couldn't quite get the second one to land where they wanted it to. What can we do with the third?
Forbes, switch on now.
A lot of bodies in the box. Joe Adams is the one on Jonathan North. He's got Solomon Sambok to deal with on the line. Forbes is there as well. Number 10, Sam Corcoran, just trying to deal with things on the edge of the box, but he's not necessarily marking him. He's going to retreat back in towards the penalty spot. Ball into the box. Had to go up. Oh, and Joe Adams just couldn't get it on target. Headed it back out, and it's over the top. In the end by Kane O'Connor. Very good ball in, but in the end just couldn't do enough to keep it down. You see some of the subs out to warm up. Simon Andersson, Ben Hockenhull. Plenty of options on the bench. Ball forward from Jonathan North. Koutsimouka wins that in the air and is straight back up to flick that on. But here we go with Hendon Town. How can we get forward here? I say Hendon Town, it's just Hendon. That's my fault. Ball down the right hand side, but it's going to be cut out by Gordon and then launched long down this hand side. It's definitely a handball from the number 10, but we've played on. Here comes Aaron Pressley. Can he get past his man? He will certainly get past him. He's very, very quick. Osmodi can't catch him. Maghoma wants it in the box. Adams has got the overlap. Pressley's run out of ideas here. Punched inside towards Frederick Hammar. Hammar looked towards Stevens, but he's got a few too many men near him. This is O'Connor. Long ball over towards Joe Adams, who takes it almost in his stride, but cuts it inside. It's cleared long by Hendon. There's plenty of time for Koutsimouka to take that on. This is Maghoma. Quick 1-2. Carre and Koutsimouka happy to just pass it amongst themselves. Balcombe will give it back to him. Here comes the man now. Forbes is on him. Balcombe goes for a long ball forward. He'll find Aaron Pressley's head really well. Here comes the Trialist who just gets it nicked off him. And now Hendon get the chance to attack. Here's Lucian. It's a wild challenge from Carre. And he'll probably at least have a talking to, if not a yellow card for that. A bit reckless there from the Frenchman. The referee's still not done. He has to be careful there. And the referee pointing out he's done it twice, so this will be a yellow card for the Brentford B number 10. First booking of the afternoon. Or the evening, it's a very dark afternoon. And once again, it is goalless, but Hendon have a chance to whip a free kick in here. Well, the last one from Lucian didn't exactly test Balcombe. It was quite easy for him, but there's two stood over it this time. Lucian's the one who's played the ball down. Forbes and James are asking for a ball over the top. I'm not sure that's going to be the case. And here we go. It will be Lucian to strike it again, you know, over the top of the wall and straight into Ellery Balcombe's chest for the second time. Watched it all the way. Quite easy to be very complacent when the ball is coming into you at that pace. Here's Gordon, ball over the top. Aaron Pressley gets after it. We know he's quicker than this defender. Not necessarily stronger though, and it's a good bit of defending there from Osmodi. In the end, the pressure forces a corner. So we have the Trialist line things up. Fourth corner of the night for Brentford B. 27 minutes played. It's 0-0 between Brentford and Hendon at the Power Day Stadium. Saw Pressley nearly score here earlier on. We're going to have Gordon take the corner instead. Referee stopped things here as there's a bit too much pushing and shoving in the middle.
Do it short! Get a foul.
referee's got his eyes on things in the middle. It's a short corner. Gordon wanted to swing it in with his right, didn't have enough space, and in the end he'll have to settle for a throw, and it's not a great set piece routine. All the way back to Maghoma. Got Forbes for company, but we'll shake him off a little bit. The trialist turns. He may fit an opportunity here, just doesn't cut it back. Shoots on his left foot low, but Jonathan North will hold on to that. It's the right idea, just get some shots on goal.
Good play, Alex, well done.
Goalkeeper's had a bit of action there tonight.
Ready, get back in.
Nothing too clear cut as of yet. Almost half an hour played here in West London. So far things pretty even between the two teams. It's a long ball forward. Balcombe will take hold of that quite easily and play Koutsimouka now, one of his centre backs. Gordon's here on the left. Back to Koutsimouka. Here's Kane O'Connor. Ball through the middle towards Pressley. He'll bounce it, or try to bounce it off Carre, but it will go long, and Balcombe will be the one who watches this quite carefully. The green variant of the Umbro kit tonight in goal. Here's Maghoma. Pressley. Touch a little, got away from him a little bit, but he'll carry the ball forward. Here's Carre. Maghoma. Plays it in towards the trialist, but Maghoma gets it back. They're appealing for a foul here, Hendon, but not given. Here comes Maghoma now. Can he line up an effort for a shot? He might do. Maghoma shoots! And in the end, Jonathan North just watches it into his gloves. Had to react quickly there as it got away from him, as Pressley and Hammar were there in the middle. And here's Lucian on the left-hand side. He's got James in the box, he's got Gebrai in the box. He's going to play it towards the left back. He's played in towards the middle, flicked away by Hammar there, very well done. And in the end, cleared away. In fact, that was O'Connor with the header away. It was Hammar that hacked it clear. Eventually get the ball back from the fans after he's had a bit of a wipe down. Well, looks like Hendon are going to go for this. Possibly a long throw. There's not much space between the advertising hoarding and the pitch, so he's going to need to get this long. Plenty of bodies in the box, almost like a corner, including captain Tommy Brewer in there as well. It's aimed towards him, and in the end he's the one who commits a foul. Well, couldn't get the ball out of his feet in time there, Balcombe. Joe Adams wanted it long. This is O'Connor. And now Koutsimouka. Gordon, he's got two ahead of him. One of them is the trialist. It's a good touch. Freddie Hammer's on the left-hand side, but we'll take it inside the pitch. This is Maghoma. All the way towards Stevens, who in the end just couldn't keep it in. Paris Maghoma just getting slightly frustrated with the lack of options on for him. Holding his arms out quite a bit, but it's not like Brentford B. They'll keep pressing, keep trying. And so far we've seen 4 or 5 good chances, but no goals. It's goalless between Hendon and Brentford B in this London FA Cup final. And there's a good ball forward. Ellery Balcombe straight off his line though and away from danger. Superb work by the goalkeeper.
The lanes should be higher.
I don't think the trialist is too happy with this ball. So 33 minutes gone in this London FA Senior Cup final. We've got no goals between the two sides, but we're trying to figure out to find a football. Sam Saunders goes diving into the ball bag. Oh, we'll play on with this one. Ball forward, it's blocked off in the middle and actually makes its way all the way through towards Koutsimouka and Gordon. Here comes Maghoma. Bit of movement in front of him now. Maghoma plays it wide towards the right hand side. This is Adams. He's got Stevens on the overlap, but instead goes himself. Cuts inside, it goes through the referee. This is Gordon. Maghoma plays a very neat ball towards Adams, who takes it out of his feet and does very well to get it towards Stevens. He's got Pressley in the middle. Adams is going to go around him and gets the ball. Adams on the edge of the box, throws it low, and Pressley just tries to get there instead of Jonathan North and just can't direct it towards the goal. In the end, it's pinged off his left foot and gone out for a goal kick, but dangerous from Brentford B. And we still find ourselves goalless here. Sam Saunders and the fourth official have a word about the footballs on display. So Jonathan North with the goal kick. 10 minutes till half time here. It's goalless between Brentford B and Hendon at the home of Hanwell Town. Neutral soil for us tonight. A few miles down the road, it's Brentford's new stadium, but here comes the Trialist on the left hand side. He's got Hammar for company. Hammar's got the ball now over towards Maghoma. It's being shepherded well by Forbes here, who in the end tries to barge him out of the way, but Maghoma's still on possession. Little clip over towards Kane O'Connor. Captain takes his time towards Adams, who again is good with his footwork. Stevens. Adams is there again. And a good ball forward towards Pressley. It's taken away from him by Hammar, and Hammar shoots, but it's going to be over the bar. Behind that goal you can see a number of Brentford B players who couldn't play tonight. Gustav Borgensen and Nathan Shepherd still out with injury. But so far the B's given a good showing. Plenty of chances in this game, but it's still goalless. Chances for both sides. North and Balcombe have had things to do. Balcombe more from free kicks as Kane O'Connor watches that onto his head and will get it back to his goalkeeper. Ball out towards his left hand side from Balcombe. There's the Trialist down to Gordon. It's a good touch. Hammar goes after Osmodi. North watches that onto his right foot though, and that'll go long. Maghoma watches that fantastically and gets it away from two players in there. Both Gebrai and Forbes fooled by that. Maghoma needs to run further. He's got a long pass on him, Maghoma. He can certainly find him, and he's almost attempted it there. There it is, all the way across towards Aaron Pressley. Headed away. Pressure on from the Trialist, but North does well to get it away. Headed across, and that looked like a handball from Forbes, but it's not been given. We're playing on. Forbes just almost ran out of ideas there, couldn't get it out of his feet. Here's Carre. Carre towards the Trialist. Hendon at 6s and 7s. They've got players all over the place at the moment. Inside towards Kane O'Connor. And O'Connor flicks it away the top towards Stevens. This is Adams. Adams in towards the box. Almost came to the Trialist, but Forbes will have all the time in the world to turn and go here. Finds Gebrai. Gebrai back towards right back, and is actually pressured by Hammar into losing the ball. Trialist to Maghoma. Towards O'Connor. And O'Connor will drive through the middle of the field. Trusts Joe Adams with his touch and gets it back. O'Connor with a long ball forward. And that might just outrun the Trialist, it will. As we enter the 38th minute of time. We're still looking for a clear-cut chance here. Tommy Brewer, the Hendon captain, giving out instructions to the boys on the wing. Seems to feel like every time he clears the ball long, it comes straight back at him, and that has been the case for a lot of this game tonight. And up in the air, Jonathan North again to clear it long. He's seen a lot of action tonight, North. It's headed down bravely by Kane O'Connor. Up in the air from Adams. Presley tries to win it back, but Adams is on there, and he's played a neat ball towards Pressley. Here is Pressley on the right hand side. You prefer him to be in the middle. He's a big, tall guy. He's going to make his way there now. This is Adams. Adams towards Koutsimouka. Gordon, they've switched the play now on the left hand side. There's Hammar. Just runs out of space in the end and is caught by two players at the same time. Koutsimouka will watch that onto his left foot very, very nicely. Gets a round of applause from the watching crowd. Carre over the top. The trialist probably won't get there, but it's actually falling for him nicely here. Left footed into the box. Osmodi, the one who's going to clear this long. And it's won by Dwayne James there, but doesn't actually come to anything. Here's Carre, gets the ball from Balcombe. Flicked over the top. Pressley's going to go chase this down. And the left back, Perry, manages to just clip it clear, but again, under heavy pressure, won't be able to find a teammate. Stevens, and this is Carre. Gordon. And Gordon gets past his man with ease, and here we go, Lewis Gordon. Hammar just backing away from the ball there, gave the defender an option, Osmodi. And Osmodi finds his man Gebrai. Back through, and Osmodi's on the ball again. Cuts inside, he's surrounded by Brentford players though. And in the end, the referee's going to give a foul against him. Marauding run forward there by the 6. It's a long journey back there now. As we run into the final stages of this half. Here's Maghoma, takes it short to Balcombe. Balcombe to O'Connor. Nice and easy for Adams, who will ask for it back. Gordon finds Joe Adams with a superb ball, cutting the defence in half, but Adams can't get out his feet. Ball over the top is from Corcoran. Tried to find Gebrai, but just can't. The final third for Hendon is just letting them down at the moment. They've got the pace and power to get through there, but just haven't got a shot on target in about 10 minutes now. Carre, Koutsimouka, but they're keeping this game goalless. It's 0-0. And if you're a Hendon Town fan now, I've said it again, if you're a Hendon fan now, you're probably quite happy with this going into half time.
Too deep, Kane!
So about 5 minutes left in this half. It's 0-0 as Hendon make their way down the left-hand side. Hanwell Town Clubhouse just illuminated in the background as we bring the ball away here, back to Osmodi. Long ball forward from the 6, and in the end, it's going to be chased down by Ollerin. Koutsimouka and Balcombe just playing nice, neat football there. This is Kane O'Connor. Very confident on the ball, Brentford B tonight, just popping passes through, and Carre screams, but the referee says he's won the ball there, the defender, as Gebrai takes it on his chest. Lewis Gordon can't get onto him, and in the end, gets himself in the way, and much to the grief of the home fans, or the Hendon fans, and the cheering from the Brentford fans, that's a foul. Although Paris Maghoma is going to get a talking to from the referee here. He's lost his head. Just reacted wildly there with his hands. getting very frustrated in the middle of the field, the number 19. And referee George Warren is going to have a talking to him. He wants Kane O'Connor, his captain, to calm him down. To be fair, that's good referee. I think that's his last warning there, Paris Maghoma. We've already seen Julian Carre go into the book. That's a neat ball towards Maghoma, who has to keep his head here and does very well, in fact, to not slide in wildly. Taps it away to Carre. There's a neat little 1-2 from between Stevens and Adams, but the ball out is not as great as he thought it was. And here comes Lucian on the left-hand side. He's got a lot of work to do here to get past Stevens, but cuts inside and shoots, and actually it's taking a deflection and over the crossbar. Once again, O'Connor comes to the rescue. I'm sure commentators have said that about a Brentford player over the years, but Kane O'Connor's been fantastic at blocking things in front of goal tonight. Balcombe gave him a little high five there, knows exactly what could have happened if that had taken a deflection from the striker. We find ourselves in the 45th minute here, and it's still goalless. Hendon have a corner. One of about 4 or 5 they've had tonight. It's been end to end pretty much here in these last few minutes. Here we go. Ball into the middle. And in the end, referee gives an easy foul there. There's a lot of jostling in the middle. Hendon players feeling that maybe the referee gave something quite easily there, but when the referee sees that much going on in the box, it's probably very unlikely he lets play go on. And here's Koutsimouka now. Can Brentford B find a way through before the first half ends? Gordon wanted to play it down the line. That looked like a handball there, but actually it probably touched his shirt, so the new handball rule means that's absolutely fine. Balcombe. Koutsimouka. Over the top. Pressley's going to try and get that. He's got it in his chest, and here comes Aaron Pressley through the middle of 2 players. Pressley still got the ball, still going, but it's taken away from him at the last second. Tried to almost do too much there. Could have put his foot through it, but stopped. Here's O'Connor. Adams on this far side. In towards Maghoma. Maghoma slips it through, and it's going to fall for Pressley if he gets there in time, and instead the goalkeeper does well. Jonathan North straight off his line, saw the danger coming. Experienced goalkeeper. Probably Hendon's best asset in this first half. He's been really strong, made some good saves. Had more to do than Balcombe, but both goalkeepers have been solid. Both teams are going to need to find more if they're going to get through here. We've played all 45 of the first half minutes. Not sure how much time we got added on. Probably about a minute or 2. Just headed up into the air. Hendon do well to keep that on. Over the top towards Lucian, but it's not going to get there. Hammar just kind of didn't anticipate that to go through his man. And the right back loses the ball to the Trialist. Hendon have the ball, it's a quick throw. Forbes can't find his own man, instead finds Maghoma. Gordon, and Carre has space to gallop into, but he'll play it down the left hand side. Here's the Trialist, he's got 4 players in attack. Played down towards Freddie Hammar, who's inside the box here. He's got Oladipo for company. Hammar out towards Carre, and it's too far for the midfielder to get. And in the end, that will do for the first half. Goalless here between the two sides. We've seen chances at both ends. But so far, the London FA Senior Cup final remains goalless between Hendon and Brentford B. Saw Aaron Pressley go very close to opening the scoring in the first half. We've also seen 2 free kicks from Lucian of the side in sky blue, but so far both goalkeepers have been solid. And we'll come back to you in the second half.
one, I think.
So as we welcome back the two teams, looks like there's no changes for either one. As Hendon emerge from the dressing room after the Bees. London FA Senior Cup Final 2020. And so far it's goalless between the two sides, but we've seen chances at both ends. Some free kicks from Lucian, seen a chance or two for Aaron Pressley as well. And so far it's been Brentford B that have probably dominated the game, but Hendon are well in this. Reigning champions Welling United already knocked out of this competition early doors. So we're definitely going to have a new champion. Can Brentford B add more silverware to their trophy cabinet? It'll be Sambou that gets us started. Or Sambou. Wording on the team sheet isn't fantastic, so if I am pronouncing these names wrong, I can only apologise. Finn Stevens heads it away. In the end, Maghoma looks like he was fouled, and then Carre gets a little bit heated there. The number 8 definitely left his foot in there as the whistle had gone. There was an apology between the two players. I think he was genuinely going for the ball, and it just was whipped away from him by Carre's good footwork. And that's a horrid ball from Kane O'Connor. And here comes James towards the box. It's taken away by Koutsimouka quite nicely, but that was a dangerous moment for Brentford B. This is Joe Adams. Over towards Gordon. Strong player in the first half, Lewis Gordon. A lot went through him on this left-hand side. Pressley and Gordon interchanging, the big centre forward. Playing quite deep at the moment. Just takes one too many touches. In the end, the referee seems to have given a foul on Pressley. No, the referee will explain something to them. Looks like it's going to be a drop ball. So yeah, it looks like it's hit the referee, and it will go back to Jonathan North, the goalkeeper, who's under pressure from Adams straight away. In the end, it's Gordon who heads it away. It's going to be a Hendon throw. Hendon in their change kit tonight in blue, normally representing the side in red, but the B team in red tonight. Here's one of them, Maghoma. Short to Ellery Balcombe. And that's out towards the left-hand side. Nicely taken down. Here comes Freddie Hammar. Spotted the run of the Trialist over the top, but it's going to be clipped out by Tommy Brewer, the captain. But then his ball forward just wasn't enough. Long ball forward. Knocked up in the air, but it will be a foul in the end there, and it's been quite a physical opening to this second half. First couple of minutes, goalless. Ball over the top, it's quite nicely done towards Finn Stevens. But he won't be able to chase it down, it's gone out for a goal kick. Jordan's with the pressure on. Ball cleared long. James is the one who nods it down among pressure there, and it's good. Here's Lucian. Knocked away by Hammar. A drop for Kane O'Connor. Stevens all the way back to Larry Balcombe. Stevens, the right back, picked up from Worthing, where he's playing men's football at a really early age, the teenager. He's the youngest member of the squad. Kane O'Connor knocks it long. Maybe caught out the Trialist there, he wasn't ready for this. We'll run through Brentford's team. At the back they've got Balcombe, Stevens and Gordon on either side of a back four that includes Kane O'Connor and Koutsimouka. Midfield, Paris Maghoma, and Julian Carre, and Frederick Hammar, and a front three of a trialist, Joe Adams and Aaron Pressley. So plenty of B team experience here, and some first team experience in that B team tonight. Koutsimouka nods it long. And the left back, Ola knocks it along as well. Forbes up against his man, and Forbes gets away with it here. Can't get past Koutsimouka. And the centre back actually wins the ball back very cleverly indeed. Here's Hammar, bringing the ball forward. The trialist knocks it towards Carre. Carre has space to run in now. Here's the trialist. Finn Stevens overlaps. Stevens gets it towards Adams. And if he can find him inside, Stevens is absolutely free. Adams with a fantastic ball towards Stevens, who cuts in on his right hand side towards Hammar, who can't quite take control of it. And it's bouncing around. And the end, Osmodi. Eddie Osmodi is the one who knocks it clear, but again, that final third just not sharp as they'd have liked it to be. Perhaps that's probably because we're still in pre-season around here. Gordon up towards Pressley. Back to Maghoma. Maghoma will knock this long towards Stevens. Can Stevens take it in his stride? He can. It's a good touch from the right back. Stevens will cut inside the field here onto his left foot. Out a long way towards Hammar. Hammar may shoot this. He's going to get that one knocked away from him by the defender. It's been a bit of a sloppy start to the second half from Brentford B. Hendon looked like the side in control, but building momentum. Ball down the left-hand side. It's not good enough. And the Sky Blues break forward. But again, pass in the final third hasn't quite been there for either side tonight. Carre, Adams, space outside the box. He'll find Pressley on this right-hand side. Pressley's going to take it straight in towards the box. It's knocked off the number 5 shot. It comes off. And blocked. Pressure building. Tommy Brewer with the block there, the captain. Slight call of handball, but the chance now rising from the Brentford fans behind the goal there. Hendon so far doing enough to hang on. Of course tonight, if this does end goalless, it will go to extra time and then penalties. The B team have relied on penalties to get through cup competitions so far this season. Had to go to penalties against AFC Wimbledon in the quarter-final of this competition. Ball comes in. And Aaron Pressley's not going to be there. It's nodded away. Hammar heads it in, but that'll find the flats behind the goal before it finds the net. Deep conversation here between Lucas Perry and the Hendon manager on this touchline. I think he wants Hendon just to push forward ever so slightly further forward, or slightly further more. They are getting possession, they're just not getting many people in the Brentford half as it's flicked on. It's going to be a Hendon ball here. James did enough to flick it onto the red and white stripes. 52 minutes gone. It's 0-0 here between Hendon and Brentford B. That's a bit of a wild touch there as Hammar is fouled, but we'll play on. Here's Lewis Gordon. Joe Adams wants the ball on this far side. Gordon plays it towards Pressley. Pressley towards Gordon again on this left-hand side of the box. Can he get across it? He's going to have to turn back onto his right foot. He'll find Paris Maghoma instead. Maghoma flicks it up towards the top, and Hammar's not going to be there. Just dropping short there. The defender was able to clear that. Joe Adams gets to the ball. But the referee, George Warren, has given a throw into the Bees. A bit wild that pass. Here comes Julian Carre. Carre to Pressley. Strong, good footwork. Here he is, still going Pressley, and he's fouled. Lucas Perry seems to have just landed on purpose on top of Pressley there. He wasn't happy, but he'll get on with the game. Not even a talking to from the referee, who's already handed out a card to one of the Brentford boys. Pressley's not going to be fazed by that, he's a big boy. I'm sure he'd be quite happy to get on the end of this set piece. There's 3 boys over it. Maghoma, the trialist, Gordon. We've seen some good passing from all 3 of those people tonight, so it could be any one of them that takes it. It looks like the trialist is lining it up. Jonathan North, the goalkeeper, trying to organise things. Don't think we're going to shoot from here, but we'll see how it goes. Ball into the box. Not a bad ball to the far post. Goalkeeper comes, in the end gets a hand on it. That's a neat ball inside. There's Adams. Gets it out of his feet, just about keeps it in play. Put away by Gordon. Adams again, trying to get some space. The player's gone down, but we'll play on. Adams with a 1-2 off the trialist, but can't really take advantage. It looked like he was stopping there. Carre is the one who plays it back to Balcombe quite sensibly. And Brentford B can start again. London Senior Cup final, goalless here at the home of Hanwell Town. It's Hendon versus Brentford B. Here's Julien Carre, inside towards the trialist. He's cut inside on his left foot and shoots. It's blocked by the defender. This is Paris Maghoma. It's a heavy touch on the edge of the box. And in the end, it's away by Forbes. Hendon struggling to get out their own half now. As Brentford B carry all the momentum. Here is Carre. Gordon. Gordon cuts through the beds and got through 3 different players there, but in the end, cleared away by the big number 10. Nearly everyone back for Hendon here. 10 people behind the ball. It's a long ball there from Julien Carre. Both Neil McFarlane and Sam Saunders reprimanded for that. That was quite wild. No need to rush. 55 minutes gone. Plenty of time. But a waste of possession there from the Frenchman. Looks like both sides currently are happy just to remain with the sides that have kept them in this game so far. Only 3 subs on the bench for Hendon, so haven't got many options. Brentford have named all 5. Here's the trialist forward towards Hammar, but it's kind of a loose ball into the box. It didn't even get there. Sambou there. There's Carre. And it's knocked out of play by Perry. Long throw down the right hand side, and in the end, knocked out by the captain. Brewer. Quick throw, Carre. Stevens, Carre again. Maghoma, Joe Adams wants it. Adams is absolutely everywhere here tonight. Playing on the wing, but absolutely in all sorts of positions. Currently playing a left midfielder and now a left winger. Gordon, Maghoma. Carre, not afraid to shoot from distance. We've seen a few from him. Pressley with a wild flick over the top, but it will somehow find Fred Hammar. Maghoma. Looked towards Pressley, who was making the run but didn't find him. Adams, nice ball to Gordon, who just finds his pathway blocked by Oloreren. Joe Adams still with the energy, gets the ball back, driving in towards the box, finds Hammar, and Hammar shoots. And in the end, it's going to be a foul on the edge of the box here. Weird one that. Hammar had taken the shot, caught a little bit late, but the Hendon players surrounding the referee want to know why that was a foul. I guess they're arguing it's a fair idea to go for that ball, but we'll have a free kick on the edge of the box, the first of its type for Brentford B. There's probably about 4 players who want to take this. But that was really good play from Joe Adams.
Pushing the walls back, go left.
So, the Hendon player gets away with a warning. Looks like this is going to be Maghoma eyeing this up. Carre is there as well. If it's Kane O'Connor, it's one hell of a run up, but it probably won't be. Right on the edge of the D. You'd probably want this left or right of centre, but if Maghoma pops this in, certainly proved me wrong. Every single Hendon Tower player. It's a shot by Maghoma. Neatly over the box and over the top as well. I was going to say, and every Hendon player back in the box there. But so far at the Power Day Stadium, we've seen no goals. 0-0 here in the cup final. Probably the first cup final Brentford B have played in the month of September, but I've not got any of the knowledge to confirm that here tonight. North hits it long. Kane O'Connor challenges James, who holds his head. May have got an elbow there, just as the challenge in mid-air. Carre checks on him. Brewer does well to find his man there, and this is Maghoma under a lot of pressure. That's a good challenge from the Trialist, who brings the ball out. And now Joe Adams. Frederick Hammar is busting a gut to get through the middle there, and Adams is fouled. And that'll be a yellow card. Easiest decision the referees had to make all night, that one. Cynical but clever from Perry. About 5 on 3 there for Brentford B, and he knew he had to take someone down. We won't get to do it again, and we've played an hour of football here. Neil McFarlane calling for patience from his side. They will get chances. They are good enough to force openings. We've seen it so far in this game. The Trialist towards Stevens. Stevens back to it. O'Connor. Under pressure, but O'Connor will take the ball there. And in the end, should have maybe got rid of it. It won't be a good enough ball to find James, but Koutsimouka will play that back to Balcombe. We know the goalkeeper distribution has been spot on so far tonight, but as I say that, he knocks it out of play. Superb work from the commentator there. I'd like to publicly apologise to Ellery Balcombe. So, first sub of the night. Samurai. Gebrai coming off. The right winger. Put a good shift in. He's going to be swapped out for Jaden Clarke. Jaden Clarke will get just under half an hour to try and change things here. Hendon looking for a while that he could do with fresh legs, and they've got them now. Can he make the impact straight away? Long throw. Nodded away from Clarke in the end, and it's James who will, well, in the end knock it out, and it's going to be a goal kick despite the protest from the Hendon fans. Carre, time and space in the middle of the field. This is Koutsimouka. Long ball forward. Linesman just kept his flag down, so that would have been onside, but Hendon deal with it anyway. Balcombe very calm there, finds Koutsimouka again. Now Maghoma. Good neat football. Interplay between the different B's players here. And that's a risky pass, but O'Connor deals with it quite nicely. Maghoma, Carre. Once again, Carre does a little bit too much on the ball. Julian Carre has already had a yellow card. He's got to be very careful. booked in the first half. Just made another foul. He's got to be very cautious here. We've already seen George Warren give a last warning to Maghoma. It's probably the last one Carre's going to get away with. I think the Hendon Town boss was, or the Hendon boss, I keep saying that. We're at the home of Hanwell Town, and it's Hendon versus Brentford B. The Hendon boss just asking the fourth official there if that should have been a second yellow. But we'll play on. Ball over the top from the 10. Osmodi's in there, he's knocked it on in the end, and Balcombe's going to come out and claim that. Strong dominant goalkeeping from Balcombe there. Gets his defence out of trouble. O'Connor Maghoma. Back to O'Connor. Clipped over the top. He might find Finn Stevens here. It's a fantastic touch from Perry. Over the top of the trialist. Perry's already been booked as well. He's got to be careful here. Knocked out by Sam Corcoran there. Corcoran challenges Adams this time but can't get the ball. This is Stevens. Corcoran's done well and Stevens has gone down holding his face, so he might have taken a clip on the eye. Or maybe the lip here. Physio Liam Horgan checking he's alright. Turns out he is. Oh. Dwayne James thought there that he was fouled, but Warren waves play on. It's Gordon. Lewis Gordon. He's got Carre inside. He'll find him. Carre over towards Stevens. Stevens has got Lucian for company, but swings it in. Stevens is there, and that nearly found Joe Adams' head. It won't do. The captain nods it clear. If Brewer hadn't been there, that was landing straight on the head of Joe Adams. Had an impressive night tonight, the former Bury player. Second year with the B team. This is Pressley. Well into his first. This is Carre. Adams outside the box shoots, but again it's gone wide, well, high over the top as well. Finn Stevens narrowly misses that from the fourth official there. Well, he was busy in the first half, but North hasn't had a save to make yet in the second. Plenty of football in the middle, but nothing in the final third. Same can probably be said of Hendon. It's been a scrappy second half. We played 20 minutes of it. It's over the top. Finn Stevens still going. Up against Lucian, but Finn's doing very well indeed and actually wins the ball. It's clipped up in front of the trialist, but Maghoma will take control very neatly there. Paris Maghoma. So good, close control. O'Connor across the box to Koutsimouka, nice and calm. Gordon slows things down. Here comes Hammar. Hammar gets away from two markers and lays the ball off. Paris Maghoma, long ball forward. In the end, it was meant to be high, but fizz low. This is Forbes. Just look for James, and James will get the ball in the end, and he's found the number 10 who shoots. Well, getting a few pelters from the fans there, the number 10. That was quite wild. I think Sam Corcoran thought that was probably an easier chance on his right foot, but just seemed a bit speculative, that error. That's an interesting pass from the back line. O'Connor. Joe Adams just can't get hold of the ball, and another mistake from Brentford B. Here comes Lucian. Julian Carre has to be careful, he's on a yellow card. He's been bamboozled by the number 7. And in the end, the referee's going to give Julian Carre a warning here. One more and he's in trouble. Little word in Carre's ear there, he's got to be so careful. We've seen two fouls and he's already on a yellow card. And once again the Hendon staff, just a word in the fourth official's ear. But they have a great chance here. It's a set piece. 68 minutes gone in this game. Deep on the left-hand side. Over the top by Lucian. It's going to be at the near post and it's flicked up in the air. Balcombe doesn't get there. Tipped away. Number 10 on the outside of the box. This time does shoot. It's low. It's going to come to the 8. He'll play it across the box, but again, the fans not too happy with that one. Head coach Neil McFarlane was unhappy with the challenge on his goalkeeper, but Balcombe was surrounded by players and just couldn't quite get hold of it.
Pass forward again.
In the end, Brentford B just about deal with that set piece. Koutsimouka, Balcombe. Through the middle to Maghoma. Maghoma wants to play those long balls forward. He's looking for one now. Again, arms out. He doesn't really know what to do here. He's going to play it back towards Koutsimouka. Brentford B playing with more of a diamond in the second half. Maghoma seems to be the midfielder sitting in that defensive role. So trying to spray the ball about a bit. And you've got another bad pass there from O'Connor, but he recovers well. Koutsimouka wants that. Well, the midfield currently gives you the Trialist and Julian Carre in the middle. And it allows Freddie Hammar on this left-hand side to just get a little bit further forward, but they've lost the ball again. Here come Hendon. Gordon wins the ball back again. Very, very good on that left-hand side tonight. This is Pressley. Does well to find his man. McFarlane wants the ball quickly moved, and it will be now. Here's the Trialist. Joe Adams wants it through the middle. This is Stevens who's going to get on the end of it and keep the ball here. Finn Stevens, ball in towards Adams, who tried to take a touch. In the end, it's Perry that's going to try and get this away. And here comes Lucian. And they work it away here, Hendon, but it's been cut back by Carre, and they break it. Brentford B players back as Forbes brings the ball forward. This is the new boy Clarke, but he just can't get through the challenge of Carre. Clarke's got the energy, just couldn't find the pass there. Just come onto the field. There are 20 minutes to go, 70 gone. It's 0-0 here between Brentford B and Hendon in the London FA Cup final. Maghoma and Stevens just bouncing it around a little bit, and Stevens actually finds some space out of it there. Stevens with the ball through. It's just been cut out by the captain there, but it'll be Pressley in, and well, the linesman's got his flag up. I think the fans behind the goal agreed with that. And Pressley did seem to be very tightly with the captain there, who almost fluffed his lines. But the assistant has his flag up. And we haven't really seen Brentford B create a chance in the last 10 minutes. Just struggling to find their rhythm a bit here. We've got two up top now in Pressley and Adams. Adams the more free role. He's roaming around the field, but can't really find much in the way of chances as Jonathan North once again lines up to take this long ball. I'd say he's getting sick of it, but if he's still got his clean sheet intact, he'll be absolutely happy with that. Nodded on by James. And in the end, it's offside at that end of the field. This is Balcombe, edge of his own box. Played wide towards Gordon. Been the more lively here, Gordon, in this first half and the second probably, but been solid. Hammar through to the Trialist. And that's not the greatest ball. Adams wanted it into his feet. Kane O'Connor does well to get that forward though. Pressley brings it down towards Stevens. Adams will get this on the right hand side. Flicks it towards Carre. Now Stevens. Need to move the ball quicker. Here's Maghoma. He's kept hold of the ball. Is that the right thing to do? Well, it is for now because he's found Gordon. Gordon one-on-one with his defender. Here's Maghoma. Gets the ball back. Just trying to drop the shoulder there, but can't quite find a pass. Maghoma will play it simple towards Hammar. Hammar not afraid to shoot, of course, but he'll play it sideways towards Stevens. Adams desperately working to try and find some space. He'll get it back off Stevens. And Adams with the ball over the top here towards Pressley. Pressley's in there, but he's nodded away. Dropped down for the Trialist. It's cleared off instead. Way up high into the air as James faces O'Connor. And that will be a foul by O'Connor. Can't really get away with holding onto your man while the other defender clears up. He'll protest, but it is a foul. Referee have to be aware here. A quick ball to Lucian, and they might have got in. The number 10 very sensibly saying that set pieces have been their best option so far this half, and actually they're going to send a few men forward. 74 minutes gone. 16 to go. A goal here for Hendon would be fantastic for them. They could maybe sit back and take a breather, but so far they haven't been able to break the deadlock. Long ball forward by the 10. Aaron Pressley is going to be the first man on that, and Paris Maghoma will try and take that into his own stride, and in the end almost goes back the other way, but we'll find Freddie Hammar here. Long ball over towards the top left hand side of the pitch. It's kicked back towards his goalkeeper, and that is going to be as a pass back, and that'll be an indirect free kick in the box. And there's a lot of protest going on in that box, because so far the referee's kept his cards in his pocket, but that might change now. 10 Hendon players surrounding the referee here. It's not a penalty because it can't be, but I still think they'd rather not have that. Obviously, of course, it looked like a clearance, but I think the referee will consult with his linesman here. So the two officials will talk to each other. We'll see. Controversial decision. And in the end, the referee reverses the decision. Well, bizarre 60 seconds here in the London FA Senior Cup final. Wild clearance, caught by the goalkeeper. Maybe slightly lucky to have been given, but second look, the assistant there has given George Warren, the referee, something to think about, and I think Jonathan North is just having a word in the ref's ear now to say thank you. It's probably in stronger words than that. Bit of discord between the manager of Hendon and the number 10 there. Tension high in this cup final. O'Connor nods it long. Hammar up in the air, but it's taken away from him by the 10. And it's a foul by Carre again. Just under a quarter of an hour to go in normal time. If it's still 0-0 at the end, we go to extra time and penalties. This could be a long night for Brentford B and Hendon. The Power Day Stadium, home of Hanwell Town Football Club. Long ball over the top towards Osmodi. He can't get his head on the ball in the end. Short goal kick. Frederick Hammar. Long ball towards the left hand side, will go straight out of play. It's been the story of the last 10 minutes here. Brentford B just struggling to get into a rhythm. Hendon happy to see that sort of thing happen. They do look tired, Hendon, but it doesn't mean they're not playing well. Nods it over the top towards Kane O'Connor, who takes it down, and we'll probably find Ellery Balcombe here. Balcombe's not actually had that much to do in the second half, but he's had to stay sharp. Distribution remains spot on. Well, Brewer through the middle towards Pressley. Taken off him by the Trialist. He'll still carry on. He's passed it to no one on that left hand side. Hammar will go after it. Forbes can't get the ball off Koutsimouka. This is Gordon. Carre. Now Maghoma brings the ball forward. There's the ball he's after. Finn Stevens on the right hand side. Finn with the ball in. Up in the air from Osmodi. And away. And Lucian's the one who picks it up. And then Perry slips as he goes to clear it. And it will be a Hendon throw. So we're going to have a change here. 78 minutes gone. First change of the night. And Frederick Hammer's night is over. As the fourth official walks one of our trialists 4 yards to the halfway line, keeping standards high. And Hammar takes the handshakes of his boss and the assistant Sam. So we now have 2 trialists on the pitch. And one of them has fresh legs. Ball on the right hand side, if North can find him, he's not going to try to. He'll play it down the left hand side. There's Lucien. Protest from Lucien, but the referee's assistant has his flag up on that far side. Looked a tight one though. Koutsimouka tries to find Gordon. He will find Gordon. Here's Adams. Adams with a long ball forward towards Pressley or Stevens. Pressley nods it down. Stevens takes it on. Carre goes down in the box. It looked like it's hit his hand, but it'll play on. Ball over the top. There's absolutely no one there at the far post. That was an interesting ball. And again, it's just not clicking for Brentford B here. As Koutsimouka is up against James. James has got the better of him here and will try to burst into the box. And Orbrell takes the only option and clears it long. And out of touch. Tired legs here, 10 minutes to go. It's still goalless in the cup final. Both goalkeepers with very little to do in the second half. It's really calmed down this game. It's been very scrappy in the middle. Over in the corner. And Hendon have themselves a set piece. They've been dangerous from these so far. Probably think the only big chances they've had so far, Hendon, have come from set pieces. And they'll go for one again. It's their first of the second half. Not really been in Brentford's half that often. But with 10 minutes to go, if they score here, this will be a great time for them. Corner kick taken. Heads go up. It's come off a Shody, and in the end it's just bounced around out on the edge of the box. Not a single Brentford B player went for that. It's handball there by the number 6. And it will give Hendon the chance to regroup. Ball over the top, quickly to Joe Adams. Can he take the ball down? He's got space if he can find it. Tries to feather in the middle towards Maghoma, who turns the ball back across goal. It's come all the way through 3 of them. 2 trialists and Aaron Pressley couldn't get a hold of that. And now they break forward with Clarke. There's the ball to Lucien. Finn Stevens working hard to get back, but Hendon have men forward here. Lucien cuts inside, will go for goal. It's low, but it's wide. That was definitely a threat from Hendon. That's what they're capable of. Quick counter-attack. Experienced players in non-league. Hendon, of course, where Charlie Good came from originally, before he joined Brentford. And so far risen through the ranks to centre-back at a Sky Bet Championship side. So they're certainly not a bad place for football to make its mark, as Julian Carre tries to get through, but it's long by North. Number 10 has so much time there to take that down, and in the end turns to the referee but doesn't get anything from it. Aaron Pressley on the left hand side now, back towards Aaron Gordon. Lewis Gordon, in fact. All sorts of names being called out here. Gordon plays it through, but at the moment it's very hesitant from Brentford B, just waiting for the ball to come to them. Here comes the trialist. Can he find Finn Stevens, who's made the run? He's not going to do it. Over the top towards Pressley, who in the end the linesman's flag goes up. Again, probably a very tight one. Time is ticking away here and we still don't have a goal. It's been a scrappy second half. fans gathered here have seen plenty of it. Lots packed into this stadium tonight, including our own Peter Gillam, who's over in the stand. Keen to watch the progress of all the B team players. Nodded out by Koutsimouka. Pressley gets up as well. And Adams, but his head is less impressive. So Perry trusts Lucian on this left-hand side. Finn Stevens watching him all the way. The Sky Blue number 7 continues with the ball. He's got Carre as well for company, but wins the throw. Very little space in the Brentford area so far. For Hendon, their best chances have come from set pieces though, when they can get more bodies in the box. We saw a long throw earlier. Looks like it's going to be that way, but it's gone all the way back to the captain, Brewer. Brewer will kick it long, although it's gone right across the edge of the pitch. Done very well, the right back, to keep that in play. He'll dart away here from Maghoma, who's actually done really, really well to get hold of the ball. And there's the ball towards Adams. Can he get past the Shody? Adams, Pressley's in the middle. Here comes Joe Adams. Adams just carrying it a little bit too long perhaps, but still in possession of the ball. Gets away from Forbes and still going. Joe Adams not succumbing to any of these challenges, but perhaps did a bit too much. And Hendon will come away with the ball. There's the ball through the middle. Well, he's going to have a word with him here. Sam Corcoran. Very fiery in the last few minutes, just trying to get his team going forward. Not afraid of a challenge either, and that was the example of it. He's had a few already tonight, but I don't think the referee's going to book him here. Only had one yellow card handed out so far this match, and that's been to Carre, who is still on the field for Brentford. Here comes one of the trialists. Ball through towards Adams, out to the left-hand side. That's Gordon, this is Adams again. Carre. Finn Stevens just seemed to run away from him there, but he's trusted the trialist with the ball. Carre switched the ball. Maghoma. Aaron Pressley desperately wants that to get into the box. He keeps lurking with intent. Into the box, and it's actually taken away from Adams in the end. It's a throw-in. Very spirited performance from the defence here from Hendon. Adams gets it back towards Maghoma, who will chip that towards Adams again, but he can't get the ball. This is the trialist. Goes for goal low, and it's taken a deflection and ended up just wide of the goal. Jonathan North was absolutely rooted to the spot. You just feel that's what it's going to take to break the deadlock here tonight. A bit of luck, and that was almost it. That's probably ironically the best chance Brentford B have had this half. It's from the fresh legs of the trialist, who just decided to have a pop. May have taken a deflection off Joe Adams there, but happened very quickly. With 2.5 minutes left of normal time, we're running out of opportunities to see this off. A reminder, we will have extra time if we need it. Very relieved, Jonathan North gets it forwards. Nodded on towards Lucian. Koutsimouka is there. Balcombe will calmly take that and pass it out again. And the Hendon fans behind the goal appreciated that. Stevens just can't get hold of it. Throw by Perry. Into the box. Maghoma just getting the ball away there, doggedly. And here comes the trialist. Pressley has to remain onside. It's going to be a ball across the pitch towards Adams. And Adams will play it long towards Pressley. That's a great ball. Pressley into the box now. Plays it inside towards the trialist. He just can't get it out of his feet. He'll find Gordon. Gordon cuts inside, just does too much and loses the ball. And if Hendon break here, it's 3 on 4. It gets stuck between the legs. Carre's got to be very careful. He's on a yellow card. If he fouls him here, he's surely off the field. Still remains pressing. Here comes Pressley. And in the end, Brewer slips and it's found its way through to Lucien. 89th minute. Lucien brings the ball forward. Hendon into the box. It's taking a deflection on its way in. As Koutsimouka clears. Big shot for handball, but not given. And there's a little altercation here in the middle between Carre and the number 10. Both number 10s have been at each other all game. Well, there's protests from both benches here. Protests here from both defenders. Osmodi's down here, as is Perry. The assistant says he hasn't seen anything untoward. And actually in the end, the number 10 in the middle is going to go to the book. And Julien Carre seems to have escaped punishment there, but was off the ball. Sam Corcoran was given his last warning. Neil McFarlane calling for calm from his number 10. Temperature rising as the clock ticks over to 90. We're in added time at the end of the final. Neat ball from Perry. And Perry gets it back. Ball inside to the Trialist. Here comes Pressley. Maybe one more chance for Brentford B to bring this forward. Here's the Trialist again. Can't get it past his man, but Maghoma will carry on and kick it long. Joe Adams has got to get on his bike. Up against Olererin, and Adams has come out with the ball here. And Adams is brought down. Plays it very quickly. Trialist brings it out. Gordon back to the Trialist. Just had an opportunity missed wide of the post a second ago as it's cut inside towards the other Trialist. And they'll find Finn Stevens here on the right. Can Brentford B make the run? All the way into the box, cleared away. Stevens gets it back. Stevens shoots off the defender. Very brave there from Brewer. As the chances continue to flow as we get towards the end of this game. O'Connor out towards Koutsimouka. Here's the Trialist. Added time at the end of the cup final here. We will go to extra time if it remains goalless. This is Gordon. The Trialist swings it in. Pressley's in there, but it's going to drop all the way through. Oh, it's been non-stop in the last few minutes, but it's livened up here at Hammar Town, the Power Day Stadium. Hendon doing everything they can here. They're completely knackered, but they're doing so well to keep the score at 0-0. Brentford B also under pressure at the other end.
Well done, Risty.
North goes long. Kane O'Connor. Flick over the top. Long by the captain. Koutsimouka watches that onto his head. Carre flicks it forward. And Carre will get this ball back in the middle of the field to Gordon. Maybe one last chance to get forward. Here comes Gordon. Joe Adams taking his time. One Trialist through the middle, but it's blocked off by the number 10 who hits it long. And James is up against Koutsimouka here. Balcombe has come a long way. Does very well indeed with his left foot. Just needs to clear it long, and that's what he did. Calm and collected. Short throw. Kick long. Koutsimouka almost played that into the path of a striker, but he'll keep hold of it with Kane O'Connor. Stevens into the 3rd minute of added time. Stevens long. Pressley trying to get hold of it. The defender slips, and Pressley will carry on. Joe Adams. Carre, Gordon. Here's the Trialist. Here's Gordon and now Maghoma. There's the Trialist. Ball there towards Stevens. Stevens can swing this in. It's gone low and cleared wide, and it's actually going to be a corner kick. Big noise from the crowd there. We've had 3 minutes of added time at the end of the 90. It's 0-0. Brentford fans behind that goal willing the Bees forward, including some members of the squad who aren't playing today. Nathan Shepherd. ball in here from the Trialist. He's got Aaron Gordon beside him. Got Lewis Gordon beside him, I should say. I keep saying Aaron Gordon for no apparent reason. Ball into the box. It's gone long, and North will collect that. And that will be full time. So we move into extra time here. The London FA Senior Cup final. Scrappier second half than we probably would have wanted there. But Neil McFarlane and Sam Saunders will get to regather and regroup with the players. Well, the fourth official's getting some stick from the players, and the referees are going to gather together. Hendon just unhappy with a few decisions towards the end of that half. But the Bees in red and white have had their chances. One just flicked wide of the post. One that was saved by North. We had a very bizarre incident where North seemed to have picked up a back pass, but the assistant said that it wasn't. So far, both sets of strength and conditioning staff and physiotherapists are going to have to get involved to make sure the players are sharp again. So what can Brentford B do here? It's a cup final. After a gorgeous day in West London, it's dark, it's not quite cold, it's quite warm. Conditions pretty good for football. And Neil McFarlane will be telling his boys that this is it. You've got half an hour now to win this final or head to penalties. It's been a good game, this final, to watch. Seen some good chances, seen some scrappy football. Both number 10s for either side are on a yellow card and not playing as if they are. A fair number of fans gathered here today are seeing a good game. Brentford B have gone to penalties on this ground before, when they actually faced Hammar Town, who are the home club at this stadium. There was a 2-2 draw in the game, and Nathan Shepherd reminder there from the Tannoy. The Brentford FC season ticket holders can come down to Hammar Town and watch games for half price if you present your season ticket. And with games currently suspended in the EFL and Premier League for fans, wouldn't be a bad way to spend your Saturday. Hammar Town take on Bedfont Sports, which is incidentally the home of our Brentford women's team. They've started the season fantastically so far. Carly Osborne keen to make sure they play some good football this term, and they've already won in the preliminary qualifying round, or the extra preliminary qualifying round, on penalties as well, where we could see this game go in the end. That's it from the two managers, two head coaches. Looks like we're going to have no changes as we move into extra time. Goalless here the whole time. Hendon, Brentford B. Gustav Morganson down on the bench, he can't play tonight. Nathan Shepherd as well, fresh from an injury he sustained last season in a friendly against Portsmouth, but he's recovering nicely. And Arthur Reed as well, who would probably have played in this game but is currently out on loan at Stevenage. down to support the boys this evening. A huge thank you to everyone who is down here tonight, and of course everyone watching at home. Brentford B absolutely appreciate the support. I'm sure it's interesting to keep an eye on the next generation of B's players. Plenty of debuts from Brentford B in the past. Everyone from Chris Mepham, Ellery Balcombe, all those players that have come through. And of course those currently in the first team setup in Jan Zamburek, Frederick Hammar, who is playing tonight. And those players right on the fringe as well. We saw Kane O'Connor on the bench for the Carabao Cup match. We have the second round of that coming up on Wednesday night down in Southampton on the south coast. So there will be a substitute. It's going to be a third trialist on the field for Brentford B, who's come on for Julien Carre, who was treading very closely to that line of being shown a second yellow card. I think they'd probably like to have kept him on the pitch, but a bit too much of a risk with another half an hour to go. And we start up here with Hendon. On ball forward, Stevens nods it. Go out in the stands there. Over by our very own Peter Gillen, player welfare manager. Got a few Brentford staff here tonight. Kevin O'Connor also watching on, Manu Sotelo, the goalkeeper coach. Also got Lee Dykes, who's the head of scouting. And of course I'm sure there are plenty watching at home. This is Koutsimouka. Over the top towards Pressley, and Pressley will chase after that and maybe get there ahead of Osmodi. He does indeed. Back towards the trialist who just come on. Inside there's another trialist, and the third trialist who shoots. It's low, it's gone just wide. In the end the ball ends up hitting Mark Fuller, the club photographer. I'm sure he'll be happy about that. North with the clearance. B's retreat. Koutsimouka doesn't want plenty of headers in that back line tonight. Stevens is calm, plays it to Maghoma. Good footwork, gets it to Koutsimouka, and now Gordon, the left back. Plenty of play from him tonight. Here's the trialist. He's got another trialist on his left hand side. He's going to try and drive in towards the box though, and does well to get past three players. He'll shoot this, and it's just taken a deflection, and there is North, and Pressley's there, and North saves again, but the flag is up. And in the first 60 seconds of the first half of extra time, it has been incredibly better than the last half was. Fantastic save from Jonathan North, showing all of his skills there. Veteran goalkeeper's probably been Hendon's best player tonight. Completely had to change direction as well. That ball was travelling, got down to his left-hand side, managed to parry it away, and then Pressley was just offside, but he even saved the follow-up. It wasn't to know the flag was up on that far side. Good goalkeeping. He keeps his side in this final. It's 0-0. So we go again, North, long again. Easy header in the middle there, but it's cleared long. Maghoma. And the trialist has just come on, will chase this down. North talking to his left, well, his right back the whole time. Giving a good performance tonight, Ola Erin. Still seems to have a lot of energy on this right hand side, alongside the substitute Clarke, who's just come on. O'Connor heads it right up in the air, he's upset with that. Maghoma wins it. There's a trialist, there's O'Connor. Keeps it well and finds a good ball towards Adams, and here comes the trialist again. Second trialist on the ball. Now over to the third. Brentford B building here. The momentum is swinging. Ball in. Trialist controls it. Just does a bit too much there. There were 4 Hendon players around him, to be fair. And that'll be a throw in. Gordon finds Maghoma. Pressley constantly wants the ball in the air. He's a big lad, he'll definitely get on the end of it. It's not how Brentford B are playing so far. They're trying to play neat football. Bring Hendon onto them, make sure they press them correctly. Coax them out of defence, then find the space. That's how we play. This is Gordon. Over to the Trialist, just fakes to go one way, then back the other. Here's Maghoma, nice and patient football. We've had 4 minutes in extra time so far. As long as the red and white stripes have the ball, we'll be nice and calm. Stevens, he's had a good game tonight. Cross towards Maghoma. Nice little 1-2, but Maghoma kind of runs out of pace there. In the box for the Trialist, and in the end it cannons back off Eddie Osmodi. We'll have another throw in here. And again it goes to Maghoma. Back to the Trialist. Stevens playing a lot deeper in this first period of extra time, just wants the ball a bit more. Now a Trialist, Maghoma has to go back to collect that ball, didn't really want to. That's a neat ball, and we've got some space here with the Trialist. Ball back to Maghoma wasn't the greatest. And in the end, they've done well. Hendon struggling to get out of their half. This is much more positive from the Bees. Gordon. Maghoma. Tired legs, but they are still going. And here comes one of the Trialists. Back to Maghoma. Spots that far pass. Almost went for it. Didn't force the pass in the end. Here's Gordon. Oh, and he just plays it straight into the feet of Clarke, who plays it long ball out. And here's James. 2-on-1 with Koutsimouka, and in the end, it's the defender that comes out on top, but Hendon have a way out of their half. Here at the Powerday Stadium, it's 0-0. We've had just over 5 minutes of extra time. London FA Senior Cup final. Live stream on Brentford YouTube channel, where we have all sorts of shows for you this year. Stu Wakeford's going to bring you even more from the new stadium, from the studios, from everywhere they can. So make sure to subscribe to the channel, get the latest videos, and of course get notified when we start live streams. There's the captain, Brewer, surrounded by Bees players, but his long ball is not what he would have wanted to do. Here's Balcombe, England Youth International. A lot of experience in goal for the Bees tonight, especially at this young age. O'Connor plays around with it, but gets the ball away. This is Stevens. Stevens' ball through isn't fantastic, but it'll get away from Perry a little bit, and Pressley will try and win it back. Long ball, Kane O'Connor controlling James so far and does very well. He's peppered by the Hendon forward. Quick ball to Maghoma, they want to get the ball moving. Out to Gordon. There's the Trialist inside towards his fellow Trialist. Back to Koutsimouka, Maghoma. Maghoma, that's the ball he wants. He loves that pass. And Stevens might just overrun this. He has. Just didn't quite judge the bounce or the momentum of the ball, but they'll keep Hendon in that corner. The traffic rattles by in the background. Just on the edge of the A40, the Powerday Stadium, just down the road from Brentford's new stadium. But so far, hasn't seen a goal. Plenty of fans here tonight. Balcombe, neatly done to his captain O'Connor. O'Connor down the wing, and that's going to just go over Perry. Here comes Pressley, who, I mean, I could see from here that he'd handballed that, so the linesman had a perfect view. So far, just forcing it a little bit. And it is showing because Hendon are happy to soak up the pressure and just continue to keep the goal clear. I'm sure they'd like to have plenty more chances at the other end, but so far seem to be settling for keeping the game goalless. It's 8 minutes into extra time. So far, Hendon have just made the one substitute. Brentford B have made 2. So options in this period of extra time. So far they seem to be coping with it well.
Got to switch on now.
The far side. Ball inside towards Lucian was flicked out the outside, and they've got some space here. Hendon into the middle of the box. It's going to be nodded away fantastically by Gordon. Had to make that header. He had Clarke lurking behind him. Here comes the trialist racing away and keeping the ball very, very calmly. Here's Maghoma. He's got a pass over on the right if he can find it. He does. Very good ball over towards Joe Adams. Joe Adams is onside. Can he break into the box? This is Adams. Plays it back towards Maghoma, who clips it in. It's taking a deflection and just wide of the post. For the second time tonight, Jonathan North looked to his right. I didn't know whether that was going to find the back of the net. It didn't. It's just gone past the post. He's having a nervy night in goal, Jonathan North. Seems to have taken a deflection off a defender. We'll have a Brentford corner just in front of Mark Fuller. Local Luton Town fan, Luke Gregory. Looks like they could take it short, but there's plenty of runners in the box. It is gone short. There's Gordon back to the trialist. It's clipped in and actually seemed to maybe strike the defender in the arm, but it was right by his side. Gordon wanted to cross that then, couldn't really find the space for it. Here's Maghoma. He will put the ball over the top. Kane's in there. Kane O'Connor, and it's been flicked back. Off Eddie Oshodi, and it'll be another Brentford corner. 10 minutes gone. In extra time. It's goalless. It's the London FA Senior Cup final. This competition started well over a year ago. We're still playing in it, and this is the final game. Brentford lost the final last year to Welling by 1-0. They do not want a repeat of that. They want to get this trophy. Not just yet. The referee's going to have a word. A lot of pushing and shoving in there. Bit of chaos. I'm sure Jonathan North is going to have words with the referee as this ball is floated over the top. It's not going to go short. Ball in. There's no one at the far post though. It was an okay ball if someone had been running onto it. In the end, it's actually headed back the other way, but cleared long. And actually, Finn Stevens does fantastically well to make sure that Lucian doesn't get on the end of that ball and gets a round of applause from his head coach, Neil McFarlane. Finn Stevens has had a fantastic night. So far, been very solid, done his job. There's one of the trialists. Hendon are tight to him. Here's Maghoma. Great ball through and actually finds Gordon first time, and Gordon loses out to Lucian but does well to get the ball back, and Gordon can break here. Hendon are down on numbers. Here comes Gordon. As you probably heard from Neil McFarlane, far too many touches from the young lad. Trialist turns inside. Still going the Trialist, actually launches an effort at goal. And we'll need a new ball after this one. Someone does a quick glance up at the clock, tells them that there's 12 minutes gone in extra time. So far it's been Brentford B's game to win here. Two good chances early doors. So far North has been equal to both of them. Balcombe's not had much to do, but he needs to stay switched on. Only takes one lapse in concentration, and we saw what happened in last year's final. Welling took advantage. Can Hendon do the same? They've got a long goal kick here. Kane O'Connor watches that onto his head, but is challenged in mid-air. Maghoma has been the absolute puller of the strings in the middle so far tonight, but his ball to the trialist wasn't well received. Jaden Clarke does well. He's still got the ball, but Maghoma does fantastically to keep hold of it. And we'll find Gordon. Here's Maghoma again. Number 19. Over towards Kane O'Connor. Maghoma's still running. Ball over the top towards Pressley, who goes down and may have twisted his ankle on the turf there. It's gone down. Maybe a touch of cramp, but he pulled up as if something had happened to him. He's going to get help from his fellow players. He's not calling for the aid of physio Liam Horgan currently, but he is poised to go on the field. I don't think he's going to be wasting time here, Aaron Pressley. He probably is hurt. His dad Stephen is in the crowd tonight, formerly of Hearts. Of course, has worked with current B team head coach Neil McFarlane as well. Pressley will get what looks like an energy bar, so it probably is cramp. But it's going to hurt. We've had 15 minutes of the final, the first half of extra time, as Pressley confirms it is cramp. Brentford have made 2 changes, so they have a third to spare. They've got Tristan Crama and Ben Hockenhull remaining on the bench. I don't think they're going to use Simon Andersson for Aaron Pressley, but you never know. Neil McFarlane's got some tactics up his sleeve. North clears long. I've said that a lot tonight. Connor wins the ball in the air, takes a lot of contact again, but looks like Dwayne James has been caught there in the face. He's not going to require treatment, but just needed a breather. Shouts of get up from the Brentford fans behind the goal. And that's it. The referee's decided. We've had 15 minutes of the first half of extra time. There's just 1/4 of an hour remaining for Brentford B to keep this in their own hands and not have to go to penalties. We've been goalless all game so far. 105 minutes of the game, plus a little bit of extra time here and there. We keep going. Brentford B still have a sub at the ready. Hendon still have 2 to choose from, so if they want legs, they've got them. Not seen Joe Howe or Luca Allinson on the field tonight. Sure, Brentford B would want the man walking across the pitch, Carre, to be on there, and Gustav Morgensen. And of course, they are still without Mads Bidstrup, who is out with a knee injury. Last time we played a cup game, it was Jaakko Oksanen who came up with the goal in that extra time. That did actually send that game to penalties, but he's away on loan at AFC Wimbledon. This is it, one last chance for both managers to talk to their players. Hendon looked very relaxed over there. Jonathan North perhaps insinuating that he might have penalties soon. And the manager's locking it down, doesn't want to see any laughter just now. Heads on. As the linesman just consults with the 4th official over something. Plenty of entertainment on offer. Brentford B could have taken the lead twice in that half. Here we go again. One more half of football to go, and it's only 15 minutes. Tired legs out there, some cramp already. Can one of these boys make the difference? Sam Saunders giving some advice to Lewis Gordon and his trialist who's playing ahead of him. Large shout of you Reds over in the corner. Plenty of both Hendon and Brentford fans in the stadium tonight. Tickets sold out at the Power Day Stadium. Of course, it goes without saying a massive thank you to Hanwell Town for helping us host this game. And of course for the London FA to make sure the competition continued into a final stage. And here we go, 15 minutes of time to create the difference. Aaron Pressley, it is short at this stage. Plays the ball in. But it comes to nothing, and they've given the ball to Hendon. Neil McFarlane there just checking on the progress of Aaron Pressley. Did pull up with cramp in the first half of extra time. North with the long kick forward. Koutsimouka watches onto his head, but he flicks it the wrong way, and it's going to be Kane O'Connor up against Lucian. Lucian turns him, and O'Connor has got away from him there. It's into the box, but cleared by Stevens. Still on the ball there, Lucian, into the box. Harry Balcombe at the far post, just thankful for Gordon there. He's had a fantastic game at left back and continues with the ball. McFarlane wants the ball forward. Captain Brewer just keeps hold of it, and Joe Adams could have taken that away from him, but it will go back to North. As the crowd gets riled up behind that goal. Ray Duffy stand, very lively so far tonight. Flicked on, and here comes Aaron Pressley. This could be the chance. Pressley is one-on-one with his defender, tucks into the box, left-footed. It's a wonderful bit of defending by the captain. And Brewer gets a good knock on the back of the head from his keeper. As a front man, he's always going to take that on, but he had options. Got the crowd going, certainly, and could have been the chance that won it. We've had 17 minutes of extra time gone. We've got just under 13. And here we go, as the box is absolutely crowded with blue and red and white shirts. Pressley towards the far post, it's going to go all the way over the top. Shody goes down, but the ref doesn't give a foul, and in the end Lewis Gordon has just proved once again why he's been one of the best players on this pitch. Gordon cuts inside, left-footed, towards Kane O'Connor, edge of the box. O'Connor keeps hold of it very well indeed. O'Connor gets muscled out of it in the end, and here comes Clarke. It's 3-on-3 for Hendon. It's a long ball, but Clarke's not going to get on the end of that, and Lucian knows that as well. Just really disappointed with himself there, actually, the number 7 for Hendon. A lot of momentum with Brentford B, moving the ball quickly. Here comes Maghoma. There's Adams. Turns. He's got Stevens here on the right hand side. Stevens could go for the overlap, but actually stayed a bit closer to him than he wanted him to. This is the trialist. And he's been taken down on the edge of the box there with a heavy challenge. It was a little bit late, and we're actually going to see a card here. Chance of off from the crowd, maybe a bit over enthusiastic. But Eddie Ashodi is going to be seeing yellow here. Easy decision for referee George Warren. And so Brentford have a free kick. Maybe 25 yards outside the goal line. Jonathan North eyeing it up. He's seen a few chances deflected wide of his goal tonight. Been very lucky that goal. But here we go. Looks like one of the trialists is lining this up to shoot it. Everyone's left him alone. Can this be the difference? It's gone for goal. It's gone low. It's gone against the wall. Stevens faces up with Lucian. No foul given. Here's Pressley. Adams into the box. It's taking a deflection. Cleared up into the air by Clarke. Pressley will watch that down, and actually it's still bouncing. Not long again. Taken down by James. And Kane O'Connor has been penalised here. Maybe held on to him a little bit too long there, O'Connor, for the referee's liking. Warren explaining his thinking to Joe Adams. Hendon have a chance to waste a bit of time, and they have a free kick. We've seen them cause a lot of trouble to the goal when they swing the ball in long, but so far so good. There's 10 minutes of this game to go.
Get your mind on it.
We've had 20 of extra time. We've had 5 minutes in the second half. It's Perry to go long. And it is a long ball, and Aaron Pressley is the one furthest back and who nods it out. Under quite a little bit of pressure. Didn't get a call though. Could have let that roll behind him, but instead it's a Hendon corner. And the Hendon fans gather behind that goal. Could be about to see the game winner. Brentford B keen to keep it tight. Ellery Balcombe's done well tonight in goal. Only saw him crowded out once, but there's a lot of bodies in that box now. There's not a single Brentford player forward, so they're keen to make sure this doesn't go in. In fact, every single Brentford player is inside the box now. Very defensive stance, not taking any risks. One ball in, it's a good ball as well, right into the centre of the box, and it's taken down there by the number 8. But here come Brentford B. Actually, it's taken off him by the number 8. Oh, and it's just gone all the way through. Ellery Balcombe with a quick ball forward. And Joe Adams is going after the ball. It's going to drop for the number 2 though. And then blasted forward. And Hendon have players forward here. Brentford B just caught a little bit short. Here's Lucian. And all the way through towards James. Cuts inside. Goes down. And that is going to be a penalty for Hendon. Kane O'Connor just swung a leg. And we are 22 minutes into extra time. As James shimmied beyond him, he just caught him on the right leg. He knows as well. Throws a fist at the floor. And now it's all up to Ellery Balcombe. 2/3 of the way through extra time. Hendon have a penalty. Still a chance for Brentford if they do score this, of course, to go down the other end, but it would be great if Balcombe could save it. That goes without saying. He's a confident goalkeeper, often faces penalties in training, so he's absolutely fine with facing these tonight. It's probably creeping into his mind that he might have to face penalties later on, but he's going to try as many tactics as he can to delay this taking. It will be Lucian to take it, by the looks of things, as James leaves the field injured. Just under 8 minutes to go. Hendon have a penalty. It's 0-0 here at the Powerday Stadium. In the Kaitor Cup, Ellery Balcombe faced a penalty in the final and saved it. Can he repeat that tonight?
Come on out!
Lucian winds up.
Phoenix alive!
Big moment in this cup final. We've not had as clear-cut a chance as this before. 12 yards out. And he scored. Lucian gives Hendon the lead. Sean Lucian runs over to celebrate with his manager on the touchline, and the fans absolutely thrilled behind that goal. And Hendon have the lead with 7 minutes of time. Brentford B are behind. Seven minutes to save themselves. The Bees in red and white. It's been a very scrappy game here tonight. But Brentford B had the chances to win the game and haven't taken them. We'll start again with Maghoma. It's not a long ball forward, but Maghoma will take it now. Here's Kane O'Connor. Finds Finn Stevens. Stevens out towards Joe Adams, but it's going to be cleared long by Perry. That ball's long gone. Stevens towards Maghoma. Calls for a foul throw, but Stevens will take it. And there's Koutsimouka. Pressure on the Bees now. They have to score. They're one behind in the cup final. Here's one of the trialists. Good interplay on the outside of the box. This is Gordon. He's been fantastic, but could do nothing about that last one. Here is Maghoma. Now one of the trialists. He's got Adams there in the middle of the field if he wants to use him. He's going to come to Adams. And he'll find Stevens. Stevens to Adams again. Brentford B have to find something here, and they're not going into the box so far. Adams, and that is a horrific ball towards Maghoma. Adams just didn't find the pace he needed in that pass. And there's the ball, and here comes Clarke. Koutsimouka does well to watch that. Hendon caught out of position. Can they take advantage? This is Pressley. Oh, that ball back to Gordon was almost too fierce. Gordon, Maghoma, he's got people out on this right hand side. There's Maghoma. There's the trialist. And here's Joe Adams. Adams fizzes it across the face of goal! Ah, and Pressley's just not there on the far post. And in the end, they've done well to win the throw. 5 minutes to go here. 1-0 to Hendon. The Bees need something. Maghoma. Maghoma has let that slip right in the middle of the field. Didn't want to do that, and here come Hendon again. If they can get the ball to the corner, they can just keep it over there. And that's exactly where James is headed for. He's not interested in the goal anymore. Stevens does want to get it away, but almost caught there in possession. And Brentford B may have to make a final change. Crama is over here on the touchline. Pressley tried to win that header. It's cleared long instead. Gordon faced back. Brentford B have 4 minutes to get themselves back into this game. It's 1-0 to Hendon in the cup final. London FA Senior Cup here at Hockenhull Town Football Club's home, Powerday Stadium. And Brentford B have got a lot of crowd over there, which means over here on the right hand side, Finn Stevens is in an acre of space, but will they recognise that? Here comes Koutsimouka. Instead, he goes back into the crowded area. Pressley. Pressley will try and win this here on the left hand side, try and get something from it. In the end, it's a throw. Hendon are readying a sub, which means they want to waste a bit of time. Here comes Maghoma. Maghoma over the top towards Stevens. Stevens heads it into the box. There's absolutely no one in the middle. Sam Saunders praising the quality of the ball, but doesn't know where the Brentford B players were there. They're trying to score a goal to get themselves back in the game. Nothing has happened. Here's Pressley trying to get into the box again. Pressley up against Osmodi, and in the end, Eddie Osmodi's done very well. And North will take his time over this goal kick. And Hendon is going to take their time over this sub as well. Crama ready to come on. It's Kane O'Connor that comes off. The captain. And the armband instead has gone to Finn Stevens. .27.5 minutes into extra time. Hendon leading 1-0. Well, we've got a problem with the linesman on the far side. The linesman's having a stretch on that far side. Meanwhile, Hendon will still take their time over this sub. Well, it's been a long night for the players. It's also been a long night for the officials. Waving on the physio, the referee. For a member of staff, we have got the fourth official who's going over there to check if he's needed. And this is going to mean that the clock ticks away here for Brentford B. So, there's one sub for Hendon. It's their final sub. Dwayne James won the penalty that so far puts Hendon with their hands on the trophy. Liam Horgan's checked out the linesman. He's actually gone off now. The fourth official is going to be the one taking the flag on that far side. Onto the field comes Luca Allinson. So we're 4 minutes behind. 5 minutes to go. The referee confirms 4 added minutes of time at the end of this game. Jonathan North clears it long. The Bees fans behind that goal putting him under pressure. Hendon can take their time over this throw. Perry at left back sharing a laugh with Sam Saunders, who 100% would be doing this if his team were one up in the lead. But as it stands, Brentford B are behind. As the clock is about to tick over for added time. There it goes. We have 4 minutes to find something. Bees trail 1-0 in the London FA Senior Cup final. We need some energy, and that's not exactly how they're feeling right now after almost 120 minutes of football. Ball back. It's a horror pass back to him in the middle, and Balcombe does well to sprint across and get the ball. So 4 minutes to go. The Bees have to get something under extreme pressure. Crama tries to win it. It's going to be Pressley instead. It's flicked over the top, but it's not going to reach Joe Adams. Maghoma the one who wins it in the air. This is Crama. Over towards one of the trialists. And Clarke is the one who clears it long for Hendon. Touchdown by Gordon, fantastically so. There it is towards Pressley on this far side. Can he cross it in? He's gone against the defender here, Pressley, and in the end, it's going to be a corner. Going to have a corner kick. Well, Ellery Balcombe is looking towards the bench. He's not got the nod so far. We've still got time in this game. We've got 3 minutes left. And Hendon have left a man forward, so Lewis Gordon is going to have to be left behind. There is all sorts of pressure in that box. There are so many bodies on the goal line. It's taken short. Whipped in. Far post. There we are. Finn Stevens. It's gone up in the air. Cleared long. 1v1 here, and they've done well there. This is Koutsimouka. Ball towards one of the trialists. Joe Adams in space on that right hand side. It's going to find Finn Stevens now. And there's the ball. Ball whipped in by Adams. It's going to be over the top. It's going to be cleared by a defender. It's another corner. Much to the chagrin of the Hendon fans and the players, it's going to be a lot of pressure in this last 2 minutes to go. Corner lined up here by Joe Adams. In fact, one of the trialists, Joe Adams, is in the box. So here we go. Ball into the middle. Pressley's there, a lot of big headers in there. It's just gone wide, and it's a goal kick in the end. Brentford B don't agree with that decision. There's a player down in the middle of the box. Well, Hendon wants to make a sub with 1 minute to go. Well, Hendon have been waiting to make a sub for a while. So the referee there confirming that we'll have 1 minute when the game gets underway, but currently the hero, Sean Lucian, who has scored the penalty that puts them in the lead, has come off. And Joe Howe is Hendon's last sub of the game. Tommy Brewer, the captain, may be complaining to the bench that he'll add time on, but so far they have the ball, they have possession, and Hendon are in control. Jonathan North facing up the Brentford fans behind the goal. Jonathan North had a fantastic night and has kicked it long again. Headed down by Koutsimouka, but they'll see that out. And this game is just getting away from Brentford B now. They've got 45 seconds to go. Perry is going to keep this ball in his hands as long as he can. Winding up for a long throw. It is a long throw. Down goes one of the players. They're not going to get anything from that, but Brentford B are under a lot of pressure and they can't clear their lines. This will be the last chance. This will be the last chance. 30 seconds for Brentford B. Ellery Balcombe launches the ball forward. It's up and high in the air. Plenty of Brentford B players there. Pressley is nudged and gets a free kick. And this will be it. Ellery Balcombe's asking the question. And Ellery's got the nod. Sam's, much to the love of the crowd, Ellery Balcombe is up there, and if he gets this goal here, swung in by Maghoma. North comes for it. Balcombe's there! Oh, it's gone wide! And that's it! That's the end of the final. An incredible finish. But it's Hendon that take the trophy. A wonderful evening at the home of Hammar Town Football Club. And the Hendon Town fans go wild. They've won this game by a penalty in the last few moments of extra time. And yet again, Brentford B find themselves losing a very narrow final by a single goal to nil. It was a close one. Some solid performances out there from both sides. Sean Lucian, the hero in the end, with the penalty scored after Kane O'Connor had brought down Dwayne James. But it's Hendon's night. Of course, normally this would be a curtains down on the season, but it's just getting started. Make sure you follow Brentford B on Instagram. Follow the Brentford FC Twitter account to get the latest news on where we play. Follow the YouTube account and we'll get more live games to you this season. Thank you everyone for watching tonight's final. Big thank you to the fans who may watch this back and who came along this evening. But that's it for the London FA Senior Cup final. It's Hendon 1, Brentford B 0.
I hope you've had a good night.
Please follow the COVID guidelines and keep safe. Travel safely.